lot of people don't know the dangers of water. They don't know facts behind it. With losing my kids, I mean, I didn't either before that.
She lost her 2 young sons when this SUV got swept away in floodwaters nearly 5 years ago. Tonight, she is sharing her heartbreaking story in the hopes of preventing another tragedy. We have experienced a lot of devastating severe weather this spring, and that's why a Scott County woman reached out to share a story she hopes no one else will have to experience. Nikki Clark joins us live in the studio to tell us more. Nikki.
Kathy, Ellen Underwood says before her 2 sons died, she never thought twice about driving through water over the road. Now she wants you to think of her story before you put yourself or your family at risk.
It's like a hole in your heart that you're never going to feel like it's an everyday pain.
Ellen Underwood's life has not been the same since the day she lost her sons, 8-year-old Caden and 5-year-old Brantley.
It could happen to anybody, you know, and yeah, my anxiety goes up, and I just want to, you know, try to prevent somebody else from doing it.
November 30th, 2019. Caden and Brantley head out on a weekend trip with their father, Jacob Luttrell, and their half-brother. According to first responders, Luttrell attempted to drive over this bridge at the Little Whitewater Creek, which was covered in several inches of water after recent storms. The swift current pushed his SUV off the bridge and into the creek.
It was just an accident. He misjudged the water, which could happen to anybody. And, you know, it was just a bad judgment call.
Luttrell and his younger son survived the accident, but Caden and Brantley did not. Underwood says she and her kid's father had already split up when it happened.
I never spoke to him after that. I regret never speaking to him again.
Just a year after they lost their sons, Jacob Luttrell took his own life.
You know, his family told me that he struggled a lot with it.
Underwood still keeps in touch with his family, and they share her goal of telling others about the danger of driving through floodwater.
You're putting yourself at a huge risk. You know, like, there's always another way, or, you know, like, stay home. I mean, your life and your friends and family's life is not worth it.
She also finds it easy to tell you about her sons. She remembers Caden as an athlete who lit up a room.
Played every sport possible. He wanted to be a soldier when he grew up. Had to make you laugh. You know, he didn't like to see anybody sad.
And his younger brother, Brantley.
He wanted to be a vet when he grew up. He loved animals. His famous words was, "I love you more than a puppy," and that meant he really, really loved you.
Underwood makes it a point to go back to the scene of the accident if there's a chance the creek could rise again.
My grandmother still lives about a mile from the bridge. Before I hear, you know, it's supposed to rain or whatever, I go out there and I try to clean out the ventilators so that the water can flow through properly and not, you know, flood as like it does. 1 to 2 inches can sweep you off your feet. 2 to 3 can move a car, and 3 to 5 can move a truck. It's not safe, and especially if you have kids in the vehicle.
But when Underwood comes out here, she still sees this. The white SUV her sons rode in on that horrible day has never been moved.
I can't believe they still have it out there, you know, like I've contacted the EPA over it. They never contacted me back or anything, and nothing's ever been done.
Underwood says she wants to remember her boys in her own way without seeing the now gravel-filled vehicle on the banks of Little Whitewater Creek.
Until it's gone, it's always going to be that reminder, you know. I don't know. It just really bothers me.
Underwood says she's looking for someone to help her get that SUV towed out of that area. If you think you can help, please reach out to me at nikki.clark@kfvs12.com. You can also find my email address with this story on your KFVS News app. In the studio, Nikki Clark, Heartland News.